Welcome to the channel. This is Go Gretty, and welcome to the 2022-2023 Manufacturers Cup exhibition season. It is round number 3, and we are at Autopolis in the Group 3 cars. I tell you what, get to A+, they said. Get to the top split, they said. It'll be fun, they said. Well, you stick around and tell me what you think. All right, I might be, alluding to something. It might have gotten a little scrappy out there. But before we get to that, let's check the point standings. There I am first in Louisiana, 48th regionally, and it says 5th in manufacturing. But that is just not true. I don't know why it listed like that, because I'm actually 12th, and I'd really like to get into the top 10. That'd be super cool. So I need, again, that 300 points or more to try and move up into that top 10 for Nissan, which has a boatload of folks because, well, it's the OP car. So let's get to the lobby, and it opens up, and wow, I'm seeing a lot of fast drivers. It is the top split for the second half of the day, second race of that second half of the day, if you know what I'm talking about. They have the morning races, then you have the afternoon races. So I got to qualify well, and I got to tell you, my qualifying woes continue. For whatever reason, when I get into a GTWS race, I cannot qualify. End up with a 145 flat, which puts me to start the race in Q14. Not so great, but got to work with what we're given. We got a lot of fast guys in front of us all week long. I've been doing great in the practice races, qualifying down there in the 44s. Was super excited for this race today. Man, I just could not put it down when it counted. So I don't know, maybe I need to do some sports psychology work or something like that. Learn to relax myself in the qualifying a bit more. I was trying to be super relaxed. I was just trying to chill out and remind myself to do things like hit the apex, that kind of stuff, but just didn't work. So anyway, here we are on lap 1, get through corner 1 without any problems, go into corner number 2. Again, looking pretty clean through here. I just want to kind of settle into the start of the race, kind of feel things out. Not really sure, what's going to happen in here. Coming to the hairpin, everything's looking good, and get a big lag spike right there. Huge lag spike. Causes me to hit Stoffel bad into cantilever, which I felt bad about, but I mean, it wasn't anything I did. It was a lag spike. And then Candy goes down the inside, gets the position back for me. About all I can do. Then as we're heading down the straight, you'll see here on the left-hand side, 1, 2 cars are off. The third one coming back on track here. So let's take a look at that incident and see what happened with Nico. All right, V Motors Esteban catching Nico from behind. Nico passing Fernandez along the outside, bumps into him, knocks him off the track. Fernandez in to V Esteban, who then goes into Nico. They all three fly off into the grass. Only Nico gets away without too much trouble. Then I get hit from behind by Naco going into the hairpin, so he and Nepos get by me. So the 2 positions I pick up, I quickly lose. Now into the double right-hander here. A lot of bumping going on. I nearly lose it. Get down to the inside as Naco went in a little too hot, pushed cantilever wide. So I was able to pick up a position there past cantilever. Then Naco loses the rear end in that switchback there, that transition from left to right. And then I pick up yet another position. So into P12 now. So got those 2 positions back that I just lost on the previous hairpin. Now Nico and I are behind the Subaru BRZ, who is an absolute turd on the straight. Feel sorry for the BRZ owners. Pass another driver that had some trouble coming through the last corner, just spun it out on his own. So pick up yet another Gretty pass and move into P11 before the end of lap 1. Starting lap 2, Nico looks down the inside of Nepos. I decided to try and follow Nepos around the outside. He's not going to be able to pull it off, so I decided to slip back under Nico. Pass yet another unfortunate driver with a little too much loud pedal through corner 1, spins it out there. So now move up another position courtesy of a Gretty pass there into P9, heading into the left-hander, then followed by the hairpin, and looks like I have solidified my position here in 9th. It's got a good bit of distance there to P7. Feeling good about the strategy choice that I made. Was thinking initially I was going to start off on mediums just to try and get by everybody as a little bit of the mayhem was occurring. Then I was like, and I'm way in the back. Who knows how much I'm going to get held up. Went ahead and started on the hards, and I'm kind of grateful for that. I don't know how many of those people I passed back there were on mediums. I don't know how many crashed were on mediums, but I do know that it puts myself in a good position for the end of the race, as I'm going to go 8 on the hards, switch over, run 8 on the mediums. It's possible to get 9 on the mediums out of the GTR, but I was really struggling on that last lap with the mediums on that 9th lap, so I decided an 8-8 strategy would probably work pretty good from here. So that's what's in my head. Now I just need to put my head down, put in some good laps, and hopefully the second half of the race will really come to me. I can move up into P5 and get those 300 points that I need. Just need a few more positions to make that goal and move up in the Nissan rankings. So let's fast forward and see what happens. All right, on to lap number 3. In the rearview mirror, I see Balesi's really coming through there quickly. He's one of the drivers that spun it out here on lap number 1. Now, he is on the medium tires, and he is coming through with a purpose. So I move a little further over the left as we go through that right-hander, and I let him slip on by so I don't lose too much time. Then on lap number 4, I see V Motors Esteban. You remember he got in an accident there on, I believe it was lap number 2. He's coming through quick as well. I can tell he is on the medium tires. He's still about 4/10 back, so I decided to go ahead and take this hairpin. He gets right on my bumper, and I'm going to slip over the right and let him go down the inside, but he bumps me from behind and pushes me forward, which causes a gap there. So I'm like, well, that's all right. I'll just let him through on the next hairpin. Then he pushes me wide here, gets alongside me, and then just shoves me off into the grass. Absolutely no patience shown by V Motors Esteban. Let's look at that again. So he's catching me here. I'm going to let him by either in this sweeping left-hander that's coming up after this hairpin or on the following hairpin on the straight. But he hits me from behind here. Instead of just staying left, he hits me from behind. I was going to let him go by on the inside, but then gets really impatient and just rams me from behind, pushes me wide through the corner, then just pushes me wide off the track into the wall. Luckily, I only lost about maybe 5 seconds because of that, but Naco does pass me. Absolute wretched driver there by V Motors Esteban. I've raced with lobbies in this guy before, never really had any issues with him. I don't know why he couldn't just be a little bit patient. It was actually his mistake that caused me to hold him up. It wasn't, I was just going to let him by. I knew he was on medium tires. I didn't want to hold up my race. That makes no sense whatsoever. So anyway, I was really unhappy with that, but there wasn't much I could do about it. I'm in 12th place. You know, I've got 4 laps to go before I switch tires. So I'm like, race isn't over, Grady. Put your head down, stay with it. Something good will probably happen. So let's fast forward a little bit and see what happens. Lap number 7, I catch up with Naco. Been behind him really close for about a lap, but just can't seem to quite find a way around the Mazda. And the dirty air affected me a little bit here, but I'm just trying to figure out where I'm better than the Mazda and where I can set up a pass. And as we come around the last corner, I keep noticing he keeps going wide through this corner, and I'm taking a narrow line through there. And so I'm like, well, maybe I can make it up on this next lap, but he jumps into the pits 1 lap earlier, and I know the Mazda doesn't have the greatest tire wear. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to stay out. He was holding me up a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and stay out, put 1 more lap in on the hards. I mean, I know they're not in pristine condition, but they're still running 147 mids. But what I really want is a really good medium tire at the end of the race to try and do something with the Mazda. So again, let's fast forward and check it out. All right, come out of the pits. There goes Naco. Now he picks up a solid 2.5 seconds on me or so by running 1 lap on the mediums while I was on the hard. So not too terrible. Didn't lose as much time as I thought I would, so now I've just got to get back into a slipstream and start applying that pressure, maybe get a Grady pass, maybe make something happen. Currently in P12, not sure what, all the different lap and pit strategies are, so, we're going to have to see how it all unfolds in the end, but for right now, I've got to catch P11 and make the pass. Lap number 12, I'm well within the slipstream of Naco now. But I have got Energy Korea, who has caught me from behind. As you remember, he was another one of the drivers that spun out early there on turn 1. So a pretty quick guy is running me down from behind. But I've got to keep my eyes focused on P11, as that is the prize. That is who I want to pass. I am on pretty darn fresh medium tires. And then we see on the left, someone spins out. It is none other than V Esteban. So all that work he did to run me off the track was only good for spinning out and going right back to the back of the pack. So great job there, V Motors Esteban, on accomplishing absolutely nothing. And well, kind of ruining my races. I could right now be working on catching Staffelbad on my mediums instead of trying to figure out how to get past Naco. But is what it is, and I've got to figure Naco out here. And man, I tell you what, he is really hitting his apexes. Now again, remember I told you he goes wide through this corner, so I'm keeping that in the old back pocket, hopefully able to use it at some point in the race. Lap number 13. Boy, I am all over the backside of Nako's. I know his tires are starting to get a little long in the tooth. I've got Energy Korea all up my tailpipe as we head into this fast left-hander. I'm trying to get it into fourth, get back on the apex, get the throttle applied there as he goes a hair wide, and I can tell I'm really making a nice run on him, and I'm totally expecting him to protect the inside, but he moves over to the right, so I'm like, well, heck, I'll take the inside. So go down the inside, get on the gas, but he's right there on the outside. I don't want to run him off the track, so I don't apply the throttle quite as much as I could have. He races me down here to the right-hander. He's got position. Luckily, Korea is not close enough to me from behind to make a move down the inside. Wasn't able to follow Nako through there. But now Nako a little wide there through the right-hander. As we come into this section of double right-handers, I'm feeling like I might be able to make the move on that right-hander where he goes wide. So I need a good exit through this corner. I get a good exit. I'm coming right up on him. He goes wide again, turn down inside. I plant it down on the tight line, make the move, stick, get by him, hold it through the left-hander. Look at my rearview mirror and I see Nako and Korea are fighting it out a little bit back there, and that's what I like. This allows me to pull away, get more than that 1 second gap I need to break the slipstream, and that is what they do. They end up battling a little bit back there. As you see, Cantilever gets involved in the action. I also need him to hold up Canny because I know he is really quick on the medium tires as we were in practice lobbies together, and he absolutely scorched me in those. So I'm using all the help I can get to try and get away from these three guys, and if they want to battle it out, absolutely outstanding by me. I will take it. As we break through the hairpin, I'm able to break that slipstream, and I'm taking a big sigh of relief there as I've only got to hold it off for 2.5 more laps. At the end of the race, I'm able to get within 2 seconds of PSRT Stoffel Bad, but unfortunately only good for a P10. And that accident that I was involved in there with V Motors Esteban probably really only cost me 1 spot in the end, so probably would end up finishing P9. Not enough to get those points I need. So I decide, well, let's go again. All right, nearly the same lobby as the previous race. I'm like, I wonder if the elbows are going to be out here like the last race was at the beginning. Folks heading off track and then later on coming back through and shoving you off track. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping this one's going to be a little bit better, a little bit cleaner here. Got Grove behind me, so I don't feel too concerned with what's going on in my rearview mirror. If Grove is going to make a pass, I know he's going to make a clean one, so I don't have to worry too much about that, which is nice, actually. So heading in to turn 1, a little bit of rubbing there in turn 1. I get right on the back bumper of Nako. I've got Grove Street Racing right behind me. Nako trying to hunt down Cantilever in front of him. And as we head into corner number 2, everyone in a fairly good line. Don't see cars flying off the tracks. I'm like, all right, so maybe this will shape up to be a solid, good top split race here. Get on the brakes into the hairpin. No lag spikes to worry about there, so that was a nice change. A little change for the better. So looking good as we head into the fast sweeping left-hander. Again, doesn't appear that anyone is dying of death through this section of the course. So once again, all is well. Into the hairpin. Now we got a little side-by-side action, a little too wide into the hairpin. Nako into Cantilever just a bit there. Cantilever gets loose as he gets on the loud pedal coming out of the hairpin. So he slides behind me, pick up a position, move into P12. And then if you look ahead, P10 all over the back of P9. Makes a little bit of mistake. Nako goes down the inside, but loses it a little bit there on the rear end. So I slide down the inside of him. A little bit of contact there, but then he hits me from behind, brakes late, and sends me into the grass. Let's have another look at that one. Nako down the inside of Figueroa. Looks good there, but you see loses it just a little bit, which opens up the inside to me, so I head through there, but he fails to brake, sends me off track. Don't know if it was on purpose or not. For all I know, on his replay, there was a lag spike. I wanted to be really pissed off about it, but I couldn't. So I was like, you know what? Rather than do something stupid after getting run off for the second time in a top split race, I decided I was just going to be the bigger man and park it in the pit stops for the rest of the race. As you can see, they are long gone. So I decided I'm just going to go ahead and calm down instead of doing something stupid, put it in the pits, and then just go eat dinner and come back for the next race. So that is what I did, and I finished last in this race, and I go again. Race 3, and you know what they say, third time is always a charm. Got Dean behind me, not happy about that. He is the Louis Dinicio of A+. I had some issues with him at Spa and a couple other places. Spa back when I was in the SF19. Remember him swerving left and right to knock me off the track there near the end of the race. Well, I know that he's going to send it down the inside, and well, sure enough, he does have to pull up on my turn-in so that I don't get smashed off the track because, well, he just wouldn't care if he smashed you off the track. But of course I'm going to return the favor and go for a send here, but he leaves the door wide open. I send it Senna style clean down the inside. Beautiful move there by Gretty, but old Dean doesn't like that, so he smashes into my door and pushes his way through, and then he smashes into Nepos and knocks Stinky completely off the track. 100% Dean style there. Let's look at that again. Right on down the inside, it goes old Gretty there. Beautiful move, excellent return pass, and then smashes into my quarter panel. Next, he's going to go after Nepos, and Stinky here sends it down there, smashes into them, sends them off track, does not care. Then in the next hairpin, sends it from 4/10 back on Grove, gets into his corner panel, pushes him wide, but Grove, being the bigger man, does not send it back on Dean. I wish I had his restraint. All right, here it is. Lap number 2. Gretty's on the comeback. Get past Grove on turn 1. Turn 2, got to hold it really firm there on the medium tires. Grove on the hards, able to get that move done. And I've got in sights. Launch codes initiated, sent, and contact made. But I needed just a little more B-pillar on that shot. Didn't quite get a nice firm shot. Oh well, a little bit of a miss there by Gretty. Let me know what you think about that send. Now on to lap number 6, and going into hairpin, decides to smash into the back of Nepos there, drives him off track on lap 6, but then spins out, coming out the other side. So I go by. I'm not able to extract more revenge on Dean. My vigilante days are over on lap 6 as I am scampering off into the distance. But here comes Outlaw Quadrant, and pulls a Spa move on him and just smashes him into the wall. Quadrant wasn't doing anything. He's already having a bad enough race. He didn't need to come and just smash him into the wall there. So on to lap 11. I caught Nepos as he came out of the pits here. I was on hards, he was on mediums. I didn't want to get alongside him here on this straight because he was going to be able to pull away from me as the race went on. So I gave a little bump draft there, a little Dean vigilante to Dean vigilante, and crossed the finish line. P16, not my best effort, but you know, I had to extract justice. So on to race number 4, top split once again. Will it be Street Fighter? Or will we have a good race? I mean, look at these names here. We've got some great names in the lobbies. We got Turismo Lester in here. We got Outlaw Quadrant, Distinct Man. We got Grove Street Racing, James Bond. We got Fernandez in here. We got Thierry, Cantilever. Just a bunch of guys we've raced with before, not had any trouble with. So hopefully we've got a good race. Qualifying wasn't super great for me. Started again near the back there in 13th. We're making a run on Nepos as he is in that BRZ. So slow on the start and on the straight. Grove and I able to get past him at the start. Loses 2 positions on the start. Just brutal. Felt bad for him, but nothing I can do about it. He chose that car, not me. So, just going to try and jump into Grove's slip, see if I can't follow him through some traffic, hopefully. Behind me, I've got Thierry. I know he is not going to make any foolish moves on me, so that is a nice feeling when you know the guy behind you. If he does make a move, it will at least be a clean move. So as we go through the hairpin, everything is looking up and up, looking like a clean race. And, you know, the pack pulling away from me just a little bit, but I'm still well within the slipstream, within 6 tenths. Trying to feel out the car a little bit here, the traffic, what all is going on. 8 tenths back to Thierry behind me, but I know he's good to catch that up pretty quick. And I run right back into the pack here in the hairpin as everyone kind of slows down, get a little bit of that Constantina effect as everyone's trying to get through there. Then we finally get a little side-by-side action. See some cars heading out to the right and left up ahead. So I'm like, all right, well, maybe we can make up some positions here. And then Grove starts just going off all over the place, whipping around left and right, some extreme alien action there from Grove as he makes super moves. You saw him just go right through Haas, 18, 19. He can't make the transport move stick, however, as the little alien up here on the right cheering on Grove. I was like, what am I supposed to do with Grove all flipping all? I didn't know where to be because I was afraid I was going to end up like hitting him or something. And he's still lagging. And it's just, I don't know. I don't know if he actually went in the grass there or not. And I see someone fly off the track. I'm like, oh, this is not good. All this lag. I'm like, I'm just going to hang out right here. Just wait for, hopefully, for it to settle down. If you look above my name, you look next to Groves, he's only got one red bar there. And that is making me extremely nervous. I had no idea if he was to the right of me there, or if he wasn't to the right of me there. I just didn't know. So I was like, I'll just stay relatively close. I won't push it too hard just yet. And hopefully his connection improves as the race goes on. I've seen that happen. I've seen it go from like one red bar up to, 3 or rather 4 green bars. You just never know. So Grove looks down the inside of Haas here in the hairpin. Haas goes a little bit wide. Grove slips down on his inside. A little bit of contact there. And then Haas loses the rear end as he comes out the other side. Now I went back and watched Grove stream, and he did not like that move that he made there on Haas. Didn't look too terrible from behind, but he's going to give back the position. He does so right here. Slides it outside. He's going to let Haas go by. And then Haas doesn't quite make the move. And then Grove loses it there on the curb, so he continues to let him by. I'm like, oh, this is a great moment for me. Now, I didn't know Grove was letting him by here, but I'm like, oh, this is going to be a great moment for me to get by because Grove is slowing down, but that stupid Suzuki is so fast, he can't even let us by because it's just flying down the straight. I'm not able to get past, keeping it floored the whole way. So Haas does get his position back. I'm still in 11th here after the one Gretty pass that we made and the pass on Nepos, who was just slow on the straight there. And I need about 5 more positions to get 300 points to improve my ranking status. Can we get it done with 13 laps to go in the race? On to lap number 7. I'm still hanging into the slipstream of Grove, but I got to tell you, I am working hard to do that, and I'm trying to decide if I should go in the pits early or do my 8-8 strategy. I said, I'm going to do whatever Grove does, and Grove goes in, so I head in with him, and boy, Grove absolutely sends it in to the pits, scraping walls. I don't quite go in with as much fervor as he did. I went in a little more conservative, shall we say, and you know what? It actually cost me as we come out the other side. You can see there 1.277 seconds. When I went into the pit, I was 0.8 behind Grove, so I lose 0.4 on the pit entrance. Oh, that was not good. I guess I should have went in a little bit wilder. On to lap number 8, and you can see a car, not a gar. Gar would be a fish. A car would be what we're racing. Definitely not a gar. But the car in front was ghosted, and Grove kind of had to alter his line there to get by him, which helped me out because I was losing the slipstream to Grove. He's slowly pulling away from me. Now I'm within the slipstream of Fernandez in the gar/car. Don't worry, folks. I'll keep my day job. All right, that joke is over. I won't use it again, I promise. All right, so Grove goes wide, heading out of the left-hander, gets the wall a little bit. He signals me to go by on the right. I do so. Get into the hairpin, get the move done. Guessing the tires are starting to wear a bit on that Suzuki. He's not quite able to hang in the corner, and that car isn't exactly the easiest to drive anyway. So good job on Grove just to be able to get it around the track with any pace at all. But boy, that thing is fast on the straights. On to lap number 16. Wasn't able to track down anyone else. End up finishing in P10. Crossed the line there. Clean race, though. Enjoyed that race much more than the previous 3. Great job by all the guys racing in this one. Really appreciate it. Get some fireworks there over the clean race bonus, but only get 219 points. That just seems like not enough points for that lobby. That is a really strong lobby. Anyway, 219 points, put it in the bank, unable to improve my position in Nissan. End up finishing around 15th or so. So that's how the exhibition season ended. Hope your exhibition season went well. Hope you enjoyed it. Look forward to the next season. Hopefully it's an official one, and hopefully we'll have you back for some more videos. If you liked all this action, please hit the like and the subscribe. Come back, check out some more. For myself, Go Gretty. Y'all have a great evening. DJ Clean, take us out of here.